Hey guys, how are you? Good to see you again. So first of all, love you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm really excited about life because life is really fantastic and a great opportunity for me and you to change the world by changing ourselves from the inside out. So welcome back. Welcome back, my fellas, brothers and sisters around the planet. Well, I love English learning. I do love. From the bottom of my heart. Why? Because it's good. It's good. I love it, you know. I have a deep connection with North Americans, with Australians, with, you know, English people around the planet. So I just love English. I just love. It's about love. People say, why you love so much learning English? I don't know. I think it's because of this possibility of creation. And I think I think that's because this possibility of asking the right questions and creating the right environment and, you know, improving the right flow state and eventually moving me. Yes, it's the power of this moving up flow, you know, this power of this having the right connections and having the right mindset and improving education, improving the level of, you know, people around us and inspiring this process. For me, it's this. So I know we all have more capable and prepared people around us. We just know, we all know. But we all know that we can be prepared and capable as much as we observe other people doing the same. My story is, I'm in my 30s, living in my dad's basement pretty much, which is weird. No money, no kids, and no wife, no people. A little bit solitude, like alone process, not good. But I'm not alone, I'm with God. I'm in solitude, so I am in the flow. And I just like speaking up. Speak Up is the first product of last year in my company. And we're creating the first platform, which is by far one of the most interesting and, you know, amazing products and services we ever created online, you know. So I'm really excited and really creative on this process. And I really like this. And if you don't know my story, I have been through a lot of challenges and hard challenges in southern Brazil. I'm coming from a southern Brazilian family, based, you know, pretty much based on middle class flow, you know, so I'm not poor, but I'm not rich. And in terms of finances, right? But in terms of virtues, I'm really rich. My mother was like the ultra rich, ultra wealthy person, you know. So I was so much connected to her and blessed to have an amazing flow, you know. My dad was amazing. He was tough, really challenging, and we had several arguments and fights in between each other, a lot eventually. And yeah, it's a challenging flow. It's a really challenging flow. My aunts and my uncles, they were provocative, I would say. They were a lot of the times they were super talking and saying shit stuff, you know, always laughing and just laughing all the time. They were not really talking seriously sometimes. So they were laughing all the time. Just laughing like teenagers, you know. And that's it. That's how it is. I don't blame them. So I went from a tough environment. Of course, it's not the same as being poor in Africa or, I don't know, in India, but or in favelas in Brazil, not the same, but I had a tough culture and tough friends, you know. But no, I'm not soft. No, I'm not demanding or anything like that. I'm not that. I'm just saying that I had a tough environment, and that's how it is. That's how it's done. And I accept that. I embrace the challenge or the difficulty. I just embrace the momentum of overcoming the challenges. I just know how it is. And eventually I don't see so many opportunities in changing, because I'm coming from a really hard environment, you know, and I'm really inspired by amazing leaders in tech. I'm just inspired by them, man. And yeah, I just, you know, love creating things and being useful and, you know, creating amazing adventures, traveling the world and having the right wife and the right people around us and the right friends and tribe and community and things like that. So yeah, I just like being in the flow. And I love producing content. By the way, I love creating content. And I'm doing what I love now, which is creating content. Because I have an amazing team that can share amazing ideas throughout the process of us, you know. So, your still one is this interstellar concept. It's this interstellar mantra that we all can live through and be aligned with. So that is this interstellar mantra, and that is this process. That is this process. Well, I believe in this mantra. I believe we can shift our consciousness levels and we can be creative enough to create another connection to your hearts and souls. I truly believe in this, and we all can do things like that. We all can. Yeah, we all can. We all can. We all can. We really can. We really can. So, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I am training so much my English. I think my English should be better all the time. Even though I have an amazing level, I would say. But I think we can always improve. Like, we really can improve all the time. And I just love improving. I'm not satisfied with my level. I'm not satisfied with my level of speaking, you know. I'm not satisfied at all. But I think I can improve all the time. I really think. And I really believe I can create more connections, synapses, and get deeper and deeper in these types of studies, you know. I just love studying many different subjects. I know I don't have so much time to study, especially nowadays, because I gotta have a company, sell more, have more clients online, and blah blah. So I wish I could have more time to study, but then I can have more time to study eventually, because yes, because I can, you know. I can have more time to study if I organize my schedule. So the theme of today, or the subject of today, is actually super simple. How can we change our lives? That's the question I always have. It seems I don't have opportunities out there in the real world, in this physical world, but in this digital world, I can. I can help the planet because I'm working and flowing online. I'm working and flowing online. So I truly believe we can change the way we speak. I truly believe we can change the way we behave, the way we turn things around, the way we understand things. I really believe we can change the idealization or the projection. I believe we can change, and I know we can change. I'm not scared about the financial situation or any other type of situation. If you're out of the financial system, there is a lesson. There is a lesson. I had an amazing lesson in the past, and I know that this planet is controlled. Just know it's controlled. But now the control is opening with cryptocurrencies and with other types of financial stability or systems. So I know that we all can create another level of connection with the system, right? We can. But we need to believe, we need to flow, we need to focus on, we need to create another type of connection. Okay? We gotta be more proactive. We gotta be more proactive. Unfortunately, I don't have so many opportunities coming from the family. So I went through a really hard or tough environment. So I really relate to Tony Robbins. And I relate to other amazing trainers out there. Because when life gets tough, you gotta be even more focused on getting stronger. Like Sylvester Stallone, when life gets tough, and eventually it gets tough, because life will create a pressure for you to stand up and speak up. And that's what I'm doing. Pressure in life will create the right momentum for you to start your mission, to start your flow, to start your purpose. And my purpose is sharing English, amazing content and amazing flow. It's just my purpose. It's just who I am and what I do. It's just my purpose. It's in English. I just feel it's in English, you know? I just feel it's in English. And that's it. I gotta be more focused on creating the right content, the right understanding, the right mobility. The right mobility in all senses, you know, it's like you're mobile. My business is or mobile, right? So we all have this intention to live like a laptop lifestyle. Free laptop, cell phone, that is it. That is freaking it. For God's sake, what an amazing flow, guys. What an amazing flow. So thank you. Thank you so much. I really don't deserve that type of life. And that's fine. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. I have a tool, my phone. I have electricity. I have the energy, the internet, my house, my car. My dad is alive. He was really tough. But I can change. And I can do all things by myself. So I really can adventure myself in this process. Okay, so pay attention to what is right. Pay attention to what is not right. The important question of this Starseed Talk is, by the way, people say it's Starseed Talk or is it Starseed Talk? Talk, right? I have been listening both types of sounds. We have talk and we have talk. Both. I don't know. Probably talk, right? Because it's not the real issue here. If you say talk, people will understand what you're saying, right? The thing is, if you're understanding other people what they are saying, and if you're having the right communication, right? Talk is the best way, of course. But talk sometimes is great. Anyways, the question for today, for this Starseed Talk is, how can we change our lives? How? Carlos, can you tell me why can I change, or how can I change my life? Well, if you're stuck, if you're middle class, if you're poor, or if you're rich, eventually, financially I'm talking, right? If you're successful, which is an insane concept, right? Successful. That's insane. Oh, I'm successful. I have a car and a house. Or I travel the world. Or I am multi-trillionaire. Or I am in Manhattan. That's insane. That's the level of success you think you have? Seriously? I think success is enlightenment. Yeah, money is just a number in the database. Anyhow, the real successful person is a person who might be inside the enlightenment and awakening. In the US, they say, I think Dr. Ari and Rock Thomas, they said, Carlos is a spiritual badass. Yes, they were right. But both of them are too. So, yeah, it's about being conscious. What is the planet you're in? What is the culture you're in? And how can you change that? You can change everything. You're not a plant. You're not a tree. You're not a tree, right? You're a human being. You can fly. You can fly to the skies. So if you can fly, you can change the momentum, guys. You can change your momentum. And by changing your momentum, you can fly away from negative, toxic people, even though they are in your family. Even though they are in your family. So you can change. You can change. You can change. You can change. Tears for fears. You can change. I don't know Tears for Fears, Carlos. You know, you gotta be learning some interesting bands from the 80s or the 70s. The bass flow, right? So, yeah, guys. How can I change your life? First of all, number one, you gotta be changing the perspective. What do you mean? Change your perspective. What do you mean? Change your perspective. What do you mean? Change your perspective. Freak, what do you mean? Change your perspective. I don't understand what you're saying. Change your perspective. You're crazy. No, I'm not. I'm lucid eventually. I'm not crazy. But for the ignorance, the wise one is a crazy one, right? But eventually, it's a lucid one. It's a when I'm saying lucid, I'm saying in terms of enlightened or connected, right? So, yeah. Change your perspective. How can I change my perspective? Well, ask the right questions. Be more open. Create another vision. Create another flow state. And then you're able to manifest another potential, another creation, another elevation. So change your perspective. Change your perspective. Change your perspective. Carlos, I don't understand. Change your perspective. If you're that's another flow. If you're observing, it's like painting. It's like painting a landscape. If you're observing a tree far away from you, you're observing that tree. It's a perspective. But then, if you observe the observer, which is you and you're painting through the observer, which is you. I don't understand, Carlos. Yay! You are the observer of the observer. So, you're observing the observation. You are observing the observation. So you are understanding things in multiple dimensions, in multiple types of understanding, right? So you're changing your routine, you're changing the way you flow. You're changing, guys. You are changing the perspective. If you observe the observer, you observe different nuances of the landscape, and then you're changing your perspective, right? Definitely, yes. Of course, yes. So remember about the changing of your perspective flow. You gotta be changing your perspective. 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 So, change your perspective. Change the way you perceive things. You perceive life. And number two, with the perspective changing, you have another process. With the perspective of perspective, you have another process, which is creating vision. So how can I change your own life, Carlos? First of all, change your perspective. Number two, create a vision of your future, and eventually a vision of the now. The now process. Once you understand the now process, you change the futuristic possibilities of changing. Okay? That's a big concept, right? In philosophy, we say continuum. We change the continuum. We change the next level, the next potential, the new horizon. And in that matter, you're changing another connection with your possibilities. So you're changing the understanding of all. And because of that understanding, you're flowing through another level of creation. So then you're changing. And eventually you're changing a lot. And because of that, you're changing so much. So first of all, you gotta change your perspective. Number 2, you gotta create your vision. Number 3, after you create your vision, you should establish the right studies. I like and I practice this principle of study hard, work smart. Study hard, like study a lot. Write down all the ideas. Just write down. It's not only learning through a computer, it's writing down. Of course, we will help with the microchip maybe in the future, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm talking about 2021. And even though if we have this microchip, if we become cyborgs, I think we will not be human anymore, right? But anyways, I don't really resonate with being a cyborg. I believe humans are humans, and cyborgs are cyborgs, and robots are robots. They're not better or worse. They're just different. Different types of flowing, right? And no, you're not useless because you're human. You actually have a lot of value. A lot of more value than you think. But I'm talking about life again. So, write down all the ideas. And then, once you write down all the ideas, afterwards, you gotta be speaking up out loud. Explaining to yourself. Explaining to yourself. You gotta be explaining to yourself. You gotta be explaining to yourself all the time. And then explain to other people, because you will be learning as much as you explain. Practice every single day. You gotta be into the practice again. You gotta keep pushing up, pushing the flow. Keep pushing, keep flowing no matter what. My archangel, my friend, said, keep flowing no matter what, Carlos. And yes, that's right. So, if we are, changing, we are manifesting another momentum, another lifestyle, another next level, another level. And eventually you notice that there is no level. What do you mean? There is no level. There is no success. And eventually I know what Jim Carrey said once. I wish that everyone could be successful to know that success is not the answer, or the fame, or the status, the social recognition, and things like that. And eventually that is not the answer. I know. I just know. What is the answer? God. God, your wife, your kids, your mother, your friends, special friends. That is the answer. That is the answer, guys. That is the answer. Okay, that is the answer, guys. So, number 1, change your perspective. Number 2, create your vision. Number 3, study hard. Study hard. And number 4, Work smart. Work smart. Why? Why you should work smart? Why you should work smart? Because if you work too hard, you're putting too much pressure and too much and too much pressure, yes, or resistance, or pressure. Yeah, you're putting too much pressure. That is eventually a secret for you to finding out your girlfriend, right? If you put too much pressure or too much, or too much, let's see, if you put too much pressure with resistance, yes, you will create more resistance and more separation and division. Nonetheless, otherwise, if you put in the right flow, put in the right synchronicity, you will work smart, attract the right opportunities, create a better connection with your flow, and then slightly or little by little, slowly, you will connect with other people, and then other people will change the way you perceive things. Or you change the way you perceive things, and then you change your perspective of other people. So you gotta be more willing to change your perspective, to study hard, to create another vision, and then work smart. Attitude, right? Proactive attitude. So working smart is having the right proactive attitude. You gotta be doing things. You gotta do things, guys. Getting things done, which is the principle of my first podcast. Getting things done. You gotta be more proactive. Get things done. With that in mind, you will channel a tremendous amount of energy, tremendous amount of light, and through this process, you go into another connection with yourself, with your higher self. No, it's not about drugs. No, it's not about anything like that. Eventually, that will diminish your level of connection. It's about consciousness, meditation. It's about meditation and consciousness. It's about pranayamas, the right breathing techniques. That is the other connection we all can have. And that is possible. That is really possible. So remember, pay attention. Pay closer attention to what you're saying, to what you're doing. Having the right attitude is the right flow. So having the right attitude, proactive attitude with the right results, might guide you into another level of connection with your heart. Because then you have the right results. You have not only financially speaking here, I'm talking consciously. It's the experience of life, like I wrote in my song called Essences. Experience of life. Okay? So you gotta be more fluid, more in the flow. You gotta be with less resistance. It's not the same as just doing nothing. No. It's having the right proactive action, connecting with other people, bringing other excellent people in your team, getting things done, working between each other, helping each other, cooperating between each other, and doing all you can. That is the right understanding. That is the right fluidity. That is the right understanding, guys. That is the right understanding. Okay? Makes sense? Hope so. Hope so, guys. So remember about the flow state. Remember about the inner flow. The connection to your heart and soul. Just remember about it all. Just remember about it all. Be honest, right? So sincere. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm flowing through. Yeah, so number one, going back. Number one, we talked about perspective, changing your perspective. Number two, let's remember. So number one, change your perspective, and number two, you gotta create your future vision, soul vision. Number three, study hard. Number four, work smart, which is proactive attitude. And now number five, how can I change my life? So number five is, we gotta be surrounded by the same type of people we love. In my case, I love entrepreneurs. I love people in business and in tech and yoga, free people. Okay, so I like those guys. And it's my tribe. You gotta find your community, right? I love entrepreneurs. I love amazing people with results, not only financially but consciously. I love free people. Those are my type of people, and I just love those guys. So that's my flow. I love musicians as well because I'm a musician. I love artists, entrepreneurs, scientists. I love those type of personalities. Professors as well. So those are the beginning of my connection with my community, right? So you gotta find out the right community, guys. You gotta find out the right community. You gotta find out the right community. Okay, so finding the right community, because peer pressure matters. If you surround yourself with amazing people, amazing tribe, you'll be aligned with them. And because of this process, probably you will get another level of connection. Okay? Perfect. And then number 6, I would say, well, after you have the right community, you gotta have the right virtue process. You gotta find out the right virtues. What do you mean, Carlos? You gotta find out the right maintenance or fluid maintenance of the process of the virtues, right? So you gotta find out the right virtues. Simple like this. Finding the right virtues, finding out the right virtues is the right key element. So you gotta find out the right process and the right virtues. That is another element of the flow state. So honesty, sincerity, and loyalty, and walk the talk, speaking the truth, being trustworthy, reliable, because you have a name. And you have a reputation. You have a reputation, you know, you really have. You really have. So pay attention to this. Reputation matters. I have an amazing reputation eventually. I do have. I really have. Do what is right. Being inside the laws, and you should do what is right. Perfect. So yeah, I think that's it. That's how you can change your life. With the right people around you, with the right ideas, the right attitude, with the right thinking, the right mindset, the right heart set, the right alignment with your heart and soul, the right connection with your soul, with your heart. Those are the things that will manifest another momentum, another potential in your life. And then finances will just be a result of the value add to some other people. It's simple like this. If you're having problems in your finances, it's because you're not adding value to other people. And you gotta be adding value to your society, to your system, to your peers. You gotta be working, flowing, studying properly, of course. So my value is in my wisdom and my speech. That's my value. That's how I believe I can change my inner world and change my life through what I speak. That's why I created a platform called Speak Up, because it's about manifesting, standing up. It's about creating the leadership and the momentum and the possibilities. All right. Okie dokie, guys. Thank you so much. That's it. Pretty amazing. Thank you so much. I love you from the heart and soul. You guys are my brothers and sisters and my friends, and I am here in this flow of kindness and respect. Those are my biggest virtues. I respect you, I'm kind, and I don't say anything wrong about you, and I don't say anything negative about you, because I don't recognize this pattern. That's the ending result of my understanding. I don't recognize this pattern at all. I just recognize kindness and respect and harmony, because I respect you as much as you deserve the respect. Because if you don't respect me, of course, then you have the law's obligation, right? So you gotta be with more this sense of wellness and sense of completion or fulfillment, right? So you gotta be more willing to respect other people, and not only respect other people, but respect yourself. Because once you respect yourself, you will not be allowing other people to disrespect you, because you have self-respect. And then you do have self-respect. And that is flow. That is flow. Okay? So be in the flow. Never lose the flow. Constantly in the flow. Surround yourself with the right people. Create better environments. Create a better environment, and keep in this fluid understanding of all. I love you so much from the heart and soul. I just want to say thank you for being so supportive and so connected to my ideals and to what I understand in life. Just thank you so much for being so supportive in my community, in our community, in our project. And that's it. Thank you so much. Arrivederci, you're still the one. All the best. Have a great night, have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, year, and change your lives now. Bye.